All right, let's say we live. Let's check, see if the audio is working. All right, let's say we live. All right, we too loud on that. Salakia, you know what I'm saying? For my voice, I'm a little sick, a little under the weather. That being said, Precinct Officer Ashtawak. Tonight I'm in here with Precinct Officer Baria. We get an ISUPK start out of 1 West, 125th Street, under Commander General Yohannan, the home of the truth, man.
Right.
And tonight, what we're going to get into is a very, very important topic. You know what I'm saying? If you see the title, is who is this Bible for? Now, the Bible is a book that answers its own questions. But the issue is we got a so-called oppressor that like to lie and steal everything he able to get his hands on. Right. You understand what I'm saying? And he has stolen this Bible and presented it to us like it's his book. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to show you using the Bible and using history who this Bible is for. You understand what I'm saying? Could you give me that in the book of Romans?
Okay. This is the book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 2.
Go ahead.
For I bear them, record that they have a zeal of God.
It says, I bear them record that they have a zeal of God. Who is that talking about? That's talking about the Lord's people, man. And if you watch so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who are the real Jews according to the Bible and according to history, if you watch us as a people, we have the most zeal for God on the planet, man. You understand what I'm saying? Forget about it with the Hispanic women. Forget about it with the black women. You understand what I'm saying? We the most people who have the biggest zeal for God on the planet, man. We'll be in the worst condition and still stop and think to praise God, man, and thank the Lord, man. But guess what? Go ahead.
But not according to knowledge.
What?
But not according to knowledge.
It says not according to knowledge, man. And that's the problem, man. And if I could, right, that's what make a lot of people not be able to get into the Bible. Is because they go to church and they don't learn nothing.
Right.
It's like, for real, for every week you go to church, they really put a spell on you. You understand what I'm saying? You know, for the birthdays, for they hit the pinata,
yeah,
they spin you around first.
Right.
When you go to church, that choir spin you around.
Right.
The preacher come out, he say a little bit, he spin you around.
Right.
Then they tell you put the money in the bucket. So every time you keep getting spun, you keep putting money in the bucket, and then you leave dumber than when you walk in. You understand what I'm saying? But that's not what these scriptures is for, man. We're supposed to be living by these scriptures, man. Could you read that for me one more time?
Okay. This is the book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 2.
Go ahead.
For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
Not according to knowledge, and that's powerful. You understand what I'm saying? This is the Israelite school of universal and practical knowledge, man. We like to take things and make them practical. Take them so you can apply them. This book is not a mystery to us. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying there's deep things in here that we may or may not understand. You know what I'm saying? The Lord might not have gave us the wisdom on everything. And when I say that, I mean like literally a brother asking a question and then the angel is telling him like, well, you asking me this, or what about this? And it's something he know he can't answer. That's what I'm talking about. But we understand this Bible, man, according to knowledge, man. And that's what got me into this school. You understand what I'm saying? Being able to sit here and make it all make sense, because the Christian church does not make sense, man. Can you get me the book of Genesis, chapter 1? I believe you can start at verse 23. I'm gonna get there with you. Man. We're gonna start all the way in the beginning. We're gonna start with Adam. You know what I'm saying? Get some of these preconceived notions up out of your head, man. And you want to see what this Bible pertains to. You can go ahead.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 23.
Go ahead.
And the evening and the morning were the fifth day.
That's right.
Verse 24. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind.
After his kind, man. So this is in the fifth day. Keep going.
And it was so. Verse 25. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth.
You know how they ask you what came first, the chicken or the egg. God made all of them together. Right. You understand what I'm saying? He made the male cows and the female cows. He made them together. You understand? Whatever animals was on the earth back then, he just made them together, male and female, so they can make kids. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't that big of a mystery. Go ahead.
And everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good.
Go ahead.
Verse 26. And God said, let us make man in our image.
It said, let us make man in our image. And this is the fifth day? That's what it said, right? This happened in the fifth day. It said, "Let us make man in our image." Go ahead.
After our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Go ahead.
Verse 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them.
He created male and female on the fifth day. Let's go to Genesis chapter 2 if we could.
Which verse you want me to start?
I think verse 2 is too hard.
Yeah. This is Genesis chapter 2, verse 2. And on the seventh day, God ended his work.
Hold on the what?
On the seventh day.
On the what?
On the seventh day.
On the seventh day. So on the seventh day, he stopped creating. You understand what I'm saying? And if I could, you could go drop down to verse 15.
2 and 15.
Hold on. Yeah, 2 and 15.
This is Genesis chapter 2, verse 15.
Go ahead.
And the Lord God took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it.
So the Most High had already created people. You understand what I'm saying? In the fifth day. Now he's dealing with a certain person, and he's dealing with this certain person in a particular way. This is the first person that God is really dealing with. Right. You understand what I'm saying? He made the rest of the people before in the fifth day, and they just ran around and multiplied and did their thing. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Then he's taking a different man, and he's dealing with him differently than the rest of the people. And we know what it says. This is Adam. You can go ahead. And so Adam wasn't the first man. Eve wasn't the first woman. It already was men and women that said it. That he made them in the fifth day. That's a whole different day. Right. And if you know the scriptures, you know the scriptures say a day unto the Lord is as 1,000 years. Not saying that's the exact timing. It's a long dispensation of time. You understand what I'm saying? If I could, that's something that the Christian church and everybody who think they have something to do with wisdom according to the Bible, that they look over after he done created everything. And they love to say that, Adam and Eve was the first ones on the earth. So who was the male and the female that he created? Right. It already was men and women. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all not even understanding Genesis. Like, so off top, your understanding of the Bible is wrong because you started off wrong. You think it was one man and one woman, and then you believe some other stuff about this. We're not gonna get into it today, but you believe other things about this is not even true. And that's hot. It's a fifth day, seventh day. Right. You understand what I'm saying? That's just simple math. 5 come before 7. You understand what I'm saying? What you bringing out is 7. Mm-hmm. You can go ahead. This is verse 16. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat. He giving the first man instruction. Go to verse 18 real quick. You can drop down. The water. Excellent reading, by the way, man. Oh, yeah. Excellent. We do this here. That's right. It's Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. And the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him and help me for him. So that's basically what I wanted to get into, just showing you where this started at. Now, if I could you give me Genesis 6? It started with Adam. That's the first man he's dealing with. So it's people running around. Nations already probably coming up, sprouting up. Different groups of people is making babies and they going and going, whatever. And the Most High, he just watching it. He see his creation is good. He just watching it. Some time go by, and then he decides to deal with a man and give him instruction and then give him a woman. And those are the first 2 people that the Lord was dealing with. That's the understanding that we miss in dealing with this Bible, man. That's why we got a zeal of God, but not according to understanding. Your pastors do not know this. Right. You understand what I'm saying? They will sit there and tell you it's fruit and all this other stuff that's not in that chapter, not understanding nothing, and then tell you Adam and Eve was the first man. That's basic. Like, we on Genesis 6, I said, right? Yeah. Genesis, I got it right. Let me try to get there with you. You could drop down to verse 7. This is Genesis chapter 6, verse 7. Go ahead. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth. He said, I'm going to destroy man who I have created from the face of the earth. So all these people that's running around doing whatever they're doing, he has decided he's going to destroy them. Go ahead. Both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air. Right. For it repenteth me that I have made them. That's right. Verse 8. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Who?
but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord.
Now, if I could, right, this also, like I said, we make this real practical in here. We get down to the principles and the whole thing when we dealing with these scriptures, right? If God loved everybody and God don't change, that means he always was a loving God. Why is he killing everybody?
Right.
Can any of the Christians explain a God that's all love going, you know what? I'm going to kill everybody but this person that I like.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's the God that we serve, man. See, we don't have a preconceived notion that's false about this Bible, man. You know why you get taught all this love stuff? Because your oppressor wants you to love him even though he hates you, man. You're being brainwashed. That's the problem. That's why you got a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. You in there dancing and spinning and falling out, talking about you love God. And this is a God who, if you displease him, he won't just kill you. He'll kill everybody.
And if I could, that's what you just saying right there. That's just the strongness. I'm talking about. I seen a video on Facebook earlier of the Christian church, and I was thinking to myself, like, what is the Christian church is all about? It's like they just go in there, they sing, they dance, you know, they tell lies, and that's why it's so hard for our people. Just like in the last class where we spoke about Cooley and how it's like that's more like a mindset that they can't shake.
Right.
It's like, you know, they so used to that whole system that they have in the Christian church, the lies and the singing and the dancing. It's so hard to shake it.
Like I said earlier, they just go in there and spin you around and then let you go. You didn't. Really, you going in there and you getting brainwashed. Because then guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna look at the first chapter in Genesis and you're gonna say Adam was the first man, even though you just read it and said he wasn't. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They went in there, they spin you around, and then they hand you the Bible, and then you're gonna go and you're gonna read God flooded the earth and killed everybody because he repented. You know what I'm saying? He taking it back. Like, listen, I'm getting rid of all y'all. But I like this one person. So the guy that did that, you gonna go around and tell everybody that's all love. That don't sound like love to me. Drowning. Listen, drowning is a horrible way to die.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, we used to say that as a kid. Would you rather drown than get set on fire? And we be sitting there like, God damn, that's drown, but that's scary as hell.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Now you just gonna flood it out everybody and the animals, everybody. You understand what I'm saying? What you was gonna say?
I was gonna say that you ain't even mentioned, like we not even gonna mention the baptism. How they get baptized, they cleanse from all their sin.
Right.
And they just come out just a wet sinner.
Right. It's too much about these scriptures our people don't understand, man. And it's just, you know, it's really, you know what I'm saying, to a brother that, you know what I'm saying, see the truth and know what these scriptures can do for us, man. It's really heartbreaking to see our people love God so much, but be so misinformed to the point where, you know what I'm saying, we're being destroyed as a people because we don't recognize that this God, if we don't do what he tells us to do, will take our life.
Right. We
listening to the oppressor, the same man who put us in slavery, man. You understand what I'm saying? He's teaching you this so that you love him. Christianity is white supremacy. We're going to get into that too another day. You understand what I'm saying? You can keep going.
Yeah. This is verse 9. These are the generations of Noah.
Go ahead.
Noah was just a man and perfect in his generation.
Noah was a just man and perfect. So Christ wasn't the only perfect person. It says Noah was perfect. Right. That's another lie that the Christian church teaches. Jesus was the only man who lived perfect. It's it right here. Noah was a perfect man. Just and perfect man. Go ahead.
Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation. And Noah walked with God.
Noah walked with the Most High. And what does that tell you about the other people that are on earth? They didn't walk with God.
Right.
That's why they're gonna swim with the fishes like the Italian gangsters used to say. You understand what I'm saying? Now y'all gonna swim with the fish. You understand what I'm saying? Fish gonna drown. You know what I'm saying? We said you can't drown the alligator. That's the habitat. Right. But man, that ain't your habitat. And the Lord flooded us out, man. Yeah, or flooded those people back in out, man. And he left one man alive. Go ahead.
And Noah begat 3 sons.
He had 3 sons. Go ahead.
Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now, if I could, let me see. That's why I got here with you. Could you drop down to verse 18?
Verse 18.
Or verse 17. We're gonna get into this, man. We're gonna get into the understanding. A lot of people, they tell us, oh, how God racist? Noah wasn't an Israelite. You understand what I'm saying? Wasn't an Israelite. You keep asking us these dumb questions, man. So I mean, it's not a dumb question because you've been taught wrong. But when we sitting here telling you what it is, you go back to a place where it's like, well, if you knew better, you do better. Right. You understand what I'm saying? We just trying to tell you what it is. Listen, we Black, Hispanic, and Native American people. we are a very simple people, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we don't got time to be sitting here. It's all good.
That's right. Yeah, not all.
It's a lot in.
It's plugged in. Oh, it's not charging on your end?
I think it is. What is it? Yeah, it's charged. It's full out. Yeah, it's straight. It's a lot.
I want to say something too about that point you just made that was so heavy when they say that, oh, Noah wasn't Israelite and everything. It, like every time I hear a Christian say something like that, is that okay? But the Lord dealt with Noah. He dealt with Adam. He dealt with Abraham. He dealt with Isaac.
Right.
You know, and then he dealt with those men, which led all the way into our lineage right now, which is the lost 12 tribes of Israel.
And that's what this class is.
Right.
Y'all not following. Y'all, like our people in the world at large is not following, you know what I'm saying, what's obviously laid out in the Bible. Like another thing too, they got me into this truth was the Bible show you this person begot this person. This person begot this person. They show you who people's fathers were. You understand what I'm saying? They show you the lineage all through the Bible. So it's some other people whose lineage is not there.
Right.
So what do you say about those people?
Right.
And we're gonna get into it. We're gonna educate y'all tonight. Y'all gonna learn. This ISUPK in Augusta, Georgia, man, holding it down. You know what I'm saying? 1 West, 125th Street. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We here, and we gonna let y'all know what's up, man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You can go ahead and read that.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 18.
Uh-huh.
But with thee will I establish my covenant.
With thee shall I establish my covenant. So this is the covenant that he got with Noah. Go ahead.
And thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee. Verse 19. And every living thing of all flesh, to every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee.
That's the one. You can get Ham in the Bible Dictionary real quick, if I could. That's a lot. And like I said, man, this is a principal thing. This is a foundational class. This is something that you build your foundation upon. I remember General Muhammad said something. He said, you don't have to know every scripture in the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? But what you do need to know is enough about it and enough about the flow from Genesis to Revelation. So then you start being able to tell what it's not saying. Then you start asking the right questions because you're going to see something that you like, well, if I know this is true, this can't be true. So let me ask a question and figure out what it is. And then that's where you start finding out your better questions, man. But we see Noah got a covenant with the Most High. And then after he got the covenant with the Most High, he had 3 sons. Now we gonna get into this. You got it?
Yeah.
You could read the definition of Ham. Now, this is the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. You understand what I'm saying? I'll show it to the camera in a second, or you can show it if you want to. I'll tell you when they can see it. Oh, this is a Zondervan Compact Dictionary. We did not write this.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I think this book probably older than me. It's a lot. Go ahead. I'm kind of old. I'm getting up there.
Right. Yeah. You both.
You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling the age.
All right.
You can read Ham to me.
God, this is the book. Slightly. This is the definition of Ham.
Go ahead.
The youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood.
That's right.
And one of the 8 sons to live through the flood. Mm-hmm. He became the progenitor.
He became the what?
The progenitor.
The what?
The progenitor.
He became the beginning of the progenitor. Go ahead.
Of the dark races.
Of the who?
The dark races.
Go ahead.
Not the Negroes.
Not the who?
Not the Negroes.
So he became the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negro. You understand what I'm saying? That's another lie that the so-called oppressor in the Christian church tell everybody is that we're Hamites. But they wrote a Bible dictionary and said the Negro is not from Ham.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's nuggets like this all throughout time and all throughout history, where you can go into history and see that back before they knew that the Jews were black. Right. They knew that Ham was black. They knew that these people had color. And I'm saying this for a reason, because why? They're gonna tell us Adam and Eve was white. Noah was white.
Right.
They just say he's the progenitor of the dark races. Him and Japheth is all brothers. So right. You telling me he got a white brother? He got a Japanese? It's only 3 people. It ain't white, Japanese, East Indian, Chinese. It ain't all these different races, but he's the progenitor of the dark races. So if he's dark, what do you think his brothers are?
Right.
And we're Negroes. We don't come from him. So obviously, another one of these brothers is making other dark people. Right.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? All of these people in this book are black. Noah's black. His wife is black. They kids and their wives is all dark skinned people. When I say black, I don't mean Negro. I'm saying like dark skinned people.
Right.
You understand? Because these are the people that people came from. We just didn't come from Ham. Lot.
Or the so-called melanated
people. So-called melanated people. You know, y'all love that word. I love that word. Don't let Esau take it from you.
Right.
Esau, you too light to be first.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Light come out of darkness. That's how it works. You can keep going.
The youngest son of Noah,
that's right,
born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood, he became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes.
Not the Negro, go ahead.
But the Egyptians.
We're not Egyptians.
Ethiopians.
So like a lot of our people want to run around, you know what I'm saying? Want to put the Egyptian eyeball on you to whatever nonsense. Y'all see them pyramids, y'all lose your mind. We're not Egyptian. Africa is big as hell. We was all over that area. Israel is big as hell. You understand what I'm saying? We was all around there. We not Egyptian. They know we not Egyptian. Go ahead.
Like the Ethiopians.
Y'all know we not Ethiopian. We don't even look like them. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Libyans.
The Libyans, we don't look like them.
And the Canaanites.
We not none of these people, man. You understand what I'm saying? But this is a record, you know what I'm saying, going back to the Bible and let you know who the Hamites are. You understand what I'm saying? Black, the Hispanics and Native Americans come from Shem through the line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand what I'm saying? So we see the covenant with Adam. We see he dealt with Adam first. Then we see he dealt with Noah.
Right.
Noah had his sons. They repopulated the earth. You see the progenitor of the dark races. All these people are dark people. You understand what I'm saying? Could I get Genesis 9 and 18? Water for reading that. And that's what our people got to do, man. You got to zeal the God, man, but not according to knowledge, man. You understand what I'm saying? And that's something that our people should know. We should know we're not Hamites. Because why? We think this Bible don't pertain to us, so we automatically not going to follow it because we think we a whole different people. You understand what I'm saying? I said Genesis 9 and 18. Let me share the class on Facebook. I sent it to people. I got to share this joint on Facebook. It's a lot.
They already did it from my end as well. Well, you on the page.
It's on your page. All right, there we go. It's a lot, y'all. My bad, holding the class up. 9 and 18. Let me get there with you. Oh, where else told you go?
Now, we still in Genesis chapter 9.
Okay, that's where we already was at. All right, I think we done with that.
No, we was at 6 before, but I know you said you want to go to verse 18 on chapter 9.
I already broke it down. You can just read 19 real quick.
Yeah.
This verse 19, Genesis 9 and 19.
This is Genesis chapter 9, verse 19. These are the 3 sons of Noah. And it's like it. And of them was the whole earth overspread.
The whole earth was overspread. This is where all people come from, man. Ham, Shem, and Japheth. They all was brown, melanated, dark race of people. You understand what I'm saying? Not Hamites. You understand what I'm saying? So that's a principal thing. That's a foundational thing that you got to understand when you're reading this Bible. And that's what we give y'all. We give y'all a foundation. You understand what I'm saying? Can I get Genesis 17? I believe it's verse 1. I'm going to get there with you. Yeah, we're gonna break it down, man. Y'all, we're not gonna allow our people to be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? That we can help.
Right.
Ready?
Yeah.
You can go ahead.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 17, verse 1. And when Abram was 90 years old and 9, the Lord appeared to Abram and said unto him, I am the Almighty God. Walk before me and be thou perfect.
See, another man that the Lord is asking to be perfect, and another man that the Lord is particularly selected. You understand what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of other people running around. There's descendants of Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Abraham is a descendant of Shem, and he's picking him right now. You can go ahead.
And I will make my covenant between me and thee.
I will do what?
I will make my covenant between me and thee.
I will do what?
I will make my covenant between me and thee.
What does this mean? When God dealt with Adam, he wasn't dealing with everybody else. When God dealt with Noah, he wasn't dealing with everybody else.
Right.
And now God is dealing with Abraham, and he's not dealing with everybody else. Once again, you understand what I'm saying? You can go ahead.
And will multiply thee exceedingly.
That's right.
And Abram fell on his face, and God talked with him, saying, as for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations.
You're going to be a father of many nations. That's what the scripture say about Abram. And then you can go over one more verse.
This is from Abraham. You said you want to start at verse 5?
Yeah, you can read verse 5.
Which is the same person. Abram is Abraham.
Yeah. I'm just letting them get a little history lesson.
Verse 5. Neither shall thy name anymore be called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham. For a father of many nations have I made thee.
That's right. You can drop to verse 7.
Verse 7.
Uh-huh.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 17, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee in their generations.
That's right.
For an everlasting covenant.
So he said, I'm gonna establish a covenant with thy seed. You understand what I'm saying? So with your seed in their generations. You understand what I'm saying? You can drop down to verse 11 real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 17, verse 11. And ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant betwixt me and you.
So this is where the circumcision comes from. This started with Abraham. You understand what I'm saying? And this is the covenant that he was to put on his children. And if you look around ancient cultures, this was not the culture of all the other nations in the world. So this is a marker for you to know which people this is dealing with. And this eventually was a practice of the Israelites, who Abraham, once again, is the father of. Now, can you go to verse 19?
I want to chime in on that too. Because, everything starts off with through our seed. Even though this is before we was Israel.
Right.
Even after, we got put in slavery, we still kept a tradition of inventing things.
Right.
Because we connected to the Most High God.
Right.
Black people invented things that's been used, that we invented here in America, that we use throughout the four corners of the earth.
Right.
And it takes it back to when the Lord blessed us to be a special people, and I just feel like that that need to be said and bring that.
Nah, for sure, and that's the point, man. God made us. It says we are a special and peculiar people. You understand what I'm saying? It's something different about Black people. One of the best ways that I can explain it, or that I often explain it, and it's on a low level and it's on a high level. You put us in slavery.
Right.
We come out with all this culture, all this music, and the whole world represent to it. They got Japanese jazz.
Right.
They got Japanese hip hop. Battle rappers in China, and everybody else is copying us, and we don't care about it.
You want to know what you just said so heavy? Is that, they don't really have to rap about the struggle, but they rap about struggle.
You see what I'm saying? Listen,
who rich if they want to be broke?
The oppressive kids will sit there and tell you about, man, you ain't real, man. Edomite told me one time, man, you ain't nothing like them cats in Chicago. You couldn't survive one day in the hood. I'm like, bro, I'm in the hood right now. I'm Black, right?
Right.
Like the stuff they rapping about, it don't mean nothing to me. I go outside and I see it outside.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But to you, it's so special, man. And we are special people. And why? That's because we're Abraham's seed. That's because we the Israelites, man. You understand what I'm saying? You can keep going. That was heavy, you bringing that out.
What verse did you say?
19.
Okay. You want 18 or 19?
Do we need 18? Nah, we don't need 18. We ain't talking about Ishmael. I'm gonna get on Ishmael another night. I'm gonna fire Ishmael the hell up. Yeah.
What chapter?
Ishmael, get ready. Cause I'm gonna fire you up. What we need? Genesis. What I said? Let me look real quick.
I know you told me to go to another.
I'm on 17, right?
I believe that's what I'm asking.
I think Genesis 17 and 19.
Okay, 17 and 19.
Yeah.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 17, verse 19.
Go ahead.
And God said, Sarah, thy wife, shall bear thee a son indeed, And thou shalt call his name Isaac.
And thou shalt call his name Isaac. Go ahead.
And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant.
I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant. So we see it goes from Abraham and then it goes to Isaac. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And with his seed after him.
With his seed after him. It's not talking to everybody else. That ends the rest of the whole argument about is the God of the Bible the God for everybody. No.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because Abraham has other children. He didn't pick those other kids. He said Isaac and his seed after him. That never changed. This is a principal thing that we need to know as a people, man. And then we have to go and establish who are God's chosen people today. And when we go in history, when we go in these scriptures, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, the so-called Negroes, man, that's the tribe of Judah. Issachar is our so-called Mexican brothers and sisters. Gad, our so-called Native American brothers and sisters, man. You understand what I'm saying? That's who are the real Jews, man. That's who that seed come from, man. You understand what I'm saying? That's who the Most High established a covenant with. He didn't establish with everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? This Bible is not for everybody. It's not. They turned it into a religious book and then they took their pagan practices and put it in there. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I want to chime in on what you were saying because nobody has a problem with the so-called fake, the fake Jew,
the Jewish man,
the Jewish man, saying that they're the chosen people,
right?
And they don't join anybody. That's why I love to those. That's my number one debate. I love running the good. That's my favorite. Yeah,
right.
Because I want one of them to say that everybody's created. I want one of them to say it because then again they're going against what they believe in.
Right. And if I could too, one of the things I always do when I talk to so-called Jewish people is I take them to Ham. And I say, Ham is the progenitor of the dark races. And I go, so you have to tell me from Ham, Shem, and Japheth, where's the first Caucasian person to start it off?
Right.
Because those three are dark and they have the same mother and father.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Unless it's said different, it's not different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's safe to assume anybody. We're not genetically right. Unless it's an anomaly, which would have been written down, which is written down, we know where you go from. It's in the scriptures too.
They come from
You see what I'm saying? So so it got passed down to Isaac. You understand what I'm saying?
But I know you're breaking it down, but that shows you too as well is that you know that how in the scriptures that you're breaking out, how God is choosing these men and he's establishing a covenant between them. Like he's dealing with a certain man, and then you because they love to say that Ishmael is one of the chosen ones. Okay, but he blessed Ishmael, but he's still not a part of God's chosen people that he chose. You know, it's God created them, but he broke them off from the nation.
We gonna get that next. Listen, we gonna get it next.
Right.
I'm trying to be kind of quick because there's a lot of information, but this information is important. This is a foundational class where when you learn about what we about, you learn about what we're teaching. This is the things that you need to know where we're coming from. We're not coming from this from an logical standpoint. If this didn't make sense, we wouldn't be doing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What it say? Jacob was a plain man that like dwell in tent. You as a black man, what do you do? What do you say? Chilling.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You think I just want to go outside and yell for no reason?
right.
You know what I'm saying? When I could be chilling, I could be kicked back. You know what I'm saying? Brothers got wives, women, you know what I'm saying? We do this, do that, whatever you like to do in your leisure time, but instead we go out and we teach the truth to our people. Why? Because this is who we are, man.
Right.
And this is what we are supposed to be doing as people. This is what we are supposed to establish, man.
Right.
Can you get Genesis 21:12 to execute your beautiful point that you bring? Right. Understand what I'm saying? Let's get to it and show you that God has always showed favoritism. You understand what I'm saying? He's always chose people who he wanted to deal with. He flooded the whole earth. He killed everybody. And he drowned them. That's not a nice way to kill people. You can at least say, the death angel went through Egypt at night. You know what I'm saying? He killed the firstborn, but they might have been asleep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Dying in your sleep and drowning is two different things. Like you gotta think, like you just sitting out there and it start raining. Like, damn, it's coming down.
Right.
I was like, we go in the house. You go in the house, and the next thing you know, you sitting there, your living room is a swimming pool. You like, God damn, this shit ain't gonna stop raining.
Yeah, they believe in God that day.
You on the roof, and the shit don't stop. You understand what I'm saying? That's a terrible way to die. You sitting there trying to save your kids and everything. Y'all don't think kids drown?
Right.
And he flooded the earth. Is this the God that loves everybody? This make life make sense. You understand what I'm saying? Why? Because different people go through different horrible things, man, and that's not showing this all loving in the way that y'all say God, man. The scriptures say the Lord is a man of war, man. You understand what I'm saying? The Lord was angry at those people, so he made war with them and flooded the earth. Man. You understand what I'm saying? There's even a scripture in the Bible where he says, I'm not going to meet you as a man. You wish. Listen, when the Lord is after you, you wish it was another man you could fight.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You got a choice to pick between, I'm going to fight prime Mike Tyson for my survival. I'm going to fight against the Lord, and whatever he's going to bring to me, that's not a man. Let me fight Mike Tyson. Maybe I can pull it off. But if the Lord bring a fire, or the Lord make it rain, or he brings something out, or a disease, you just get sick. You coughing. A couple of days later, you just suffering, and that's it.
Right.
That's scary. The Lord not gonna meet you as a man. God dang, what you gonna do to me? You understand what I'm saying? Like this something that could be worse than slavery. You go through slavery, you like, okay, cool. Over time, you see the position we in now. It's messed up still, but it's decent. But if the Lord get on you for real, there ain't nothing you can do about it.
It is. I said, forget fight the Lord. I think the scriptures go into how you can't even look at the Lord.
You say
you can't even look at
it. Mind your business. You know what I mean? Do what I told you to do, or else. That's the guy we serve, man.
Right.
You go ahead and read that scripture.
Yeah. This is Genesis chapter 21. You said verse 12. This is Genesis chapter 21, verse 12. And God said unto Abraham.
He said what?
And God said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous.
Let it not be grievous. What is this talking about? Go ahead.
In thy sight, because of the lad.
Because of the lad. What is the lad? Young boy. Because of your son. That's really what he's saying. Go ahead.
And because of thy bondwoman.
Because of the bondwoman. Because of your wife's servant. She was an Egyptian woman, I believe. Go ahead.
And all that Sarah hath said unto thee.
All that your wife said to you. Sarah said, kick the bondwoman and her son out. Go ahead.
Hearken unto her voice.
Listen to Sarah. Go ahead.
For in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
I said what?
For in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
I said what?
For in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
In Isaac shall thy seed be called. So what is happening here? The Most High sees Abraham have a son, and Ishmael is older than Isaac. You understand what I'm saying? His wife told him, kick that bondwoman out and the boy. That's the son. He loved his son. He don't want to just kick his woman out. That's the other woman. He don't want to just kick her out.
Right.
But the Lord say, don't let this be grievous. Don't let this hurt your feelings, man. You understand what I'm saying? That he did bless Ishmael, but guess what else he did? He kicked Ishmael and his mama out. Y'all got to go. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead. Read that again.
Good. This is Genesis chapter 21, verse 12. And God said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the land.
Don't let it hurt your feelings, man. Go ahead.
And because of that bondwoman. And all that Sarah hath said unto thee. Hearken unto her voice. For in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
In Isaac shall thy seed be called. So he made another choice. Go ahead.
And also of the son of the bondwoman will I make a nation.
Will I make a nation? What nation is this? Ask the Arabs who they come from in the Bible and see what they tell you. You ain't got to ask me. You understand what I'm saying? Ask the Arabs. They remember. And that's another thing black people don't realize. You don't know history. You don't even know that you're not African. And you can just take this and put it into practice. Start talking to Africans, but you got to ask them the right questions. Ask them where they're from. Ask them what family group they're from. Then ask them what language they speak. And then ask them if their language has a parent language. Why? Because the people in Africa are not all the same people. It's a bunch of different people living in these countries. So in Ethiopia, it'll be 20-something family groups. And they all identify as different tribes, and a lot of them speak different languages. So if you ask the Ethiopian, are me and you the same people? He's gonna tell you no. Why? Because he know where he came from, but you forgot. You understand what I'm saying? Our people are ignorant of these things, man. And this is something that we learned is true. We learned we're not Africans, man. I used to take Ubers to work every day, living in Philly. I work overnight. I ain't had time to be on that train with some crazy people. Get right. Phone missing. You know what I'm saying? Somebody peed on themselves, they next to you, sleep. I wasn't trying to do that. So I take the little $10 Uber. Uber expensive as hell now. It's a lot. But sometimes I ride with African. We'll talk the whole time, man. And every time I ask them that line of question, you know what they did? You African? You Ethiopian? You West African? How you know that?
Right.
How do you know they ask me these questions? Why? Because we ignorant as a people, man. That's why people don't talk to us, man.
Right.
The so-called Ishmaelites are the Arabs, man. You understand what I'm saying? And we're not Africans. We're a different group of people from them. That's why they sold us. What the white man gonna give you to make you sell your mama? Sell your auntie, sell your cousin. You understand what I'm saying? You like, you can't sell these people, but if it's another group of people over here that's not your people, you like, well, we was fighting with them Negroes anyway.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You gonna give us the military superiority, you gonna give us gifts, and this all y'all want? We ready to fight. Come on.
Right.
Bring the ship. Come on. Where you want? We gonna hold them here, and we gonna sell them to y'all when we go capture them. That's our history, man. And we not understanding that God is separating and making favoritism. It says, "In Isaac's seed thou shall be called." You understand what I'm saying? You can keep going.
Good. It's like, you know, we serve the righteous God because He did separate them, and He did. The voice did come from the Lord to keep the bondwoman and the son out. But He did say that He would make them a great nation because He is thy seed. And so He still blessed them.
He's still blessed them. Look at how powerful the Arabs are today, man.
Right.
They probably the richest. Like when they say the richest man on the earth, they're not really talking about the richest man on the earth. They're talking about the richest man on the earth that they know about how much money he really got.
Right.
Them Arabs is rich as hell, man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? They over there living up. Abraham made sure they was blessed, but they weren't chosen.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's obvious. Ask the Arabs who are you bitter? They gonna tell you they come from Ishmael. Ask them where they come from Ishmael.
They know.
You understand what I'm saying? They'll tell you. So why do they know where they come from? But we get told we're Hamites. But the Bible dictionary said we're not Hamites. So what is it? Are we Hamites or are we not Hamites? We're not Hamites. We're the Israelites. We're the lost 12 tribes of Israel. You see the lost 12 tribes, what people on the earth don't know who the hell they are. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Go ahead.
You know, even in the scriptures talk about how Ishmael is a mad man.
Right.
And you know, and I remember the general broke it down to where that means that he's a criminal. He's somebody with a mask and a gun. I'm talking about, you see him in the Sahara Desert, wrapped around their face, AK-47. I said, that's Ishmael right there.
Right. Listen, we gonna get into Ishmael one day. I got some stories and I got some clips about Ishmael.
Right.
We gonna break down Ishmael, but you can go ahead.
Yeah. This is Genesis chapter 12. This is Genesis chapter 21, verse 13.
Go ahead.
And also of the son of the bondwoman will I make a nation. Will I make a nation because he is thy seed.
No mention of a covenant. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and took bread and a bottle of water and gave it unto Hagar.
Now peep the scene. He woke up bright and early. The birds is chirping. You understand what I'm saying? The sun shining. You sit out there looking. You know what I'm saying? Put your hand out in front of your face. He rose up early in the morning, man. And what he do?
And took bread and a bottle of water and gave it unto Hagar.
And gave it to Hagar, Ishmael's mom. Go ahead.
Put it in. It's like, woo! He put it on her shoulder, and the child, like it, woo! Put it in on her shoulder, and the child, it sent her away, and she departed and wandered in the wilderness. It's like, oh man, this is funny.
It's a lot here, man.
You see,
if I could, the reason why it's so funny because, like, you gotta think about how cold this is, man. It's such a cold scene in the scriptures. Now, your woman that told you God told her to kick your son out and the mom, man, and he woke up in the morning.
it is.
Read that again if you could.
Like,
we trying to get it together, Israel.
Genesis chapter 21, verse 14.
Go ahead.
And Abraham rose up early in the morning and took bread and a bottle of water and gave it unto Hagar, put it on her shoulder, and the child and sent her away. And she departed and wandered into the wilderness of Bathsheba. And the water was sweet in the bottle. And she cast the child under the scrub.
Under the shrubs, man. Now listen, this is the Bible, man. And God is showing his favoritism, man. He gave this woman some water and some bread and sent her ass out into the damn woods, in the damn desert somewhere. This shit closed a lot.
It's like all he had to hear was the voice from the Lord. I can tell, I don't know. his alarm clock was set.
Right.
He knew the assignment.
Right. Like early in the morning, like imagine you sleeping, you chilling. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you wake up in the morning, he putting the water on your shoulder, giving you the bread. Like, you got, you got to go.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? The Lord told me y'all ain't in what we into. You understand what I'm saying? Like he ain't choose you or your son. So y'all got to go.
Right.
Me and my wife kicking it. Y'all gonna be blessed, but not today.
Right.
They ran out of water. She had to put the child under a bush like that.
Right.
You gotta think around about 1, 2 o'clock, that son get up there and get the cooking. The water gone.
Yeah.
They had one bottle of water. It's a woman too. She can't carry that much water. So this how cold this is, man. But this is God, man. You understand what I'm saying? They went from that bottle of water to the air base we know today, but the Lord kicked their behinds out.
You see, I know a place, not what it's called, but she was.
Right.
Ooh, that was funny.
Damn, that's a lot. Now, it get worse. Just read verse 16.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 21, verse 16. And she went and sat her down over against him, a good way off.
She gone. She way out there now. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
As it were a bow shot.
Like somebody just shot the bow. It goes so far you can't even see it no more. That's she gone. Go ahead.
Ooh.
This shit goes. I like it.
But she said, let me not see the death of the child. And she sat over against him and lifted up her voice and wept.
Lift up her voice and wept. She out there crying in the desert, fearing for the life of her son, man. For Abraham's son, man. Right. That shows you the Lord make a choice. Now we laughing because the scene is so cold when you really look at it. You understand what I'm saying? The Bible come to life when we read the Bible. When you be in church, you spin around a couple times. You don't know what the hell the preacher talking about. It can sound good, but this don't sound good to me.
Right.
I love to see the preacher make a sermon like this. And Abraham sent out Hagar with 1 bottle of water and 1 loaf of bread and make it sound good some type of way. Like, that's cold. It is what it is. Like, you're not going to get around what happened, man. She out there crying like, I don't want my son to die, man. But the Lord is not a liar, man. He saved that woman and he saved her son, and they became the Arab nations that we know today, man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, we're going to keep going on, man. Let me get Genesis 34 and 19. We're getting into it now. Y'all learning something today, man. If you tuning into this class, if you watching it live or you watching it on the replay, today you're gonna learn something, man. You understand what I'm saying? You're gonna learn something today, man. Now let's do a brief recap as he pulled the scripture. We got Adam, and there was people before Adam. He chose Adam. There was Noah, and there was other people. He drowned the other people and kept Noah and his sons. Then out of the sons of Noah, or out of Noah's sons, he chose Abraham. Out of Abraham, he chose Isaac. And now we going to Jacob. You can go ahead.
You want to start at 34:1?
Let me get there with you so I know exactly where I want you to start at. So like it. See, look, it's me not on time. Let me go to verse 19, I believe.
You want to get it?
Oh, hold on real quick. Let me make sure I'm in the right spot. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to what I really want. So y'all, this is my bad. With a brief delay. Let's get Genesis 25. That's where we need to be at. I believe. Hold on, let me go to the we start from the top. Yeah, let me get Genesis. This is where we're supposed to be at. Start at 19 here.
This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 19.
Now, this is the lineage of Abraham. These are his actual sons. Mind you, Ishmael is older than Isaac, but this don't mention Ishmael. Go ahead.
This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 19. And these are the generations of Isaac.
Right.
Abraham's son.
Mm-hmm.
Abraham begat Isaac. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padan Aram, the sister to Laban of the Syrian.
Yeah, if I could, right? A lot of times when you're in the Christian church, this Bible seems like it's fake.
Right.
But they didn't name now. If I'm writing a book and it's fake, I'm sitting there, black people.
Right.
Yeah, my the woman be like, yeah, my baby daddy, cousin, brother.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like this scripture just ran it down. The brother, the sister, everybody in the family, letting you know that these are real people and this they real lineage. You understand what I'm saying? Like this is a family. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Pandaram, the sister to Laban, the Syrian. Verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren.
So she wasn't able to have a kid, so he entreated the Lord, and he asked the Lord. So, go ahead.
And the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, you want to keep going?
Yeah, you look.
And Rebekah, his wife, conceived, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
So the children are in her room and they fight. And she's asking, if you wanted me to have these children, why is it so? Once again, the God is not a man of all love. These kids is fighting. Go ahead. And let's see if God don't stop the fighting or if he gonna explain why. Go ahead.
And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
That's right.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated.
Now you see that? Noah had 3 sons. One of Noah's sons became the progenitor of the dark races, who we call Africans today. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Now she's saying these 2 children are going to make 2 different nations. And that's the power of the Most High God. He can separate your kids and make a whole nother nation out of your children.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But this, once again, goes and shows separation. So keep going. We're going to break it down.
Shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
And the elder shall serve the longer. Go ahead.
Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
Now the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. Remember when I said that Ham, Shem, and Japheth had to all be dark, or it would have said they wasn't dark because they got the same mother and father?
Right.
Now, these are 2 dark people having a baby once again, and one of their children came out red. Now, who come out red out the womb? And hairy. That's the so-called oppressor. This is where so-called white people come from. Y'all come from Esau. You understand what I'm saying? I got a video. If I can get the audio to work that I would like to share. If I don't do it now, I'll do it later. You understand what I'm saying? At another time. Where I got, matter of fact, let me see something real quick. You could go on YouTube real quick with me. Go on the YouTube real quick with me. My phone get pretty loud. I'm gonna see if it can pick up on this.
Which one you get?
You will not take an Edomite, for he is your
Go on YouTube and see if you hear this.
Okay, but it's one something. But the whole story, because all of them against Esau is the very epitome of wickedness. The Talmud says, quotes, Rabbi Yohanan says that the wicked man Esau committed 5 sins in a single day.
You
He dishonored David. He committed a murder. He denied God. He denied the resurrection of the dead. And he served his birthright.
Let me try one more time. Salagi, y'all.
Quote, you will not take it.
I know my phone is ready. Probably want to paraphrase the video, have to look at it.
All right. Now, this is a video. I'm going to show it to the camera. Now, this is a video that I found on YouTube. Doing a quick Google search. And I'm going to tell you what led to me doing this Google search. I did this Google search because I was arguing with this Jewish lady, right, on Twitter. I got the screenshots from back then. I was arguing with this Jewish lady, right? And as we arguing and we, going back and forth. Of course, she don't really believe the Bible because a lot of them really don't.
Right.
She like, I don't really believe it, but, we do this and we do that. You know what I'm saying? But, as far as I know, we the people. I said, let me ask you something. Who is Esau according to y'all? Who do y'all think Esau is? You know what she told me? Esau is the Romans.
Because they both came out all here. Yeah?
So I'm sitting there looking at, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, if Jewish people teach the Esau of the Romans, and white people's first or second major empire is the Roman Empire, why the hell are we racist for telling everybody that Esau is the Roman?
Right.
So I go on YouTube and Google who is Esau Jewish. And the video of this man popped up. And this man said that Esau is the progenitor of the Romans. And then he said, and of all the European and Christian world. And I'm sitting there like, what do we do?
Right.
You said the same thing we saying. That y'all come from Esau, and God did not choose Esau, and he hate Esau. That's in the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? And y'all know this. And mind you, you got to think, like, we in the truth. We used to argue with people, and they argue against our points. But I asked, who is Esau to you?
Yeah.
And you tell me the same thing I was going to say.
Right.
The Romans.
Right.
You see how ridiculous this is, man? We know what we're talking about.
All of them, if I could, all of them know exactly who we are. It takes you back to the time when I was talking to this East Indian guy, and he was saying that this is young. You see, we probably about the same age. They listen to rap music and all that, DoorDash and everything like that. I go to the store, people, but they listen to the rap music, and he was going into. I know we went into a conversation about the Israelites and stuff like that. And he knows exactly who we are, but their people are taught not to communicate them that much when it comes to black people oppression, because they see what's going on, but as far as the East, the Edomites, the Elamites, the Hamites, they all are working against us. They don't
talk to us. You understand what I'm saying? And what you bringing out is heavy. I had the same thing happen to me. It was the East Indian guy I used to work with. He an older cat. You know what I'm saying? We used to always have conversations. And one day he was like, those people over there, he was like, they not the Jews.
Right.
And I was looking at him, I'm like, what? He's like, the people over there. He was like, them not the Jews. I said, who the Jews? He looked at me, he was like, you are. Y'all are. Because I told him I was the Israelite, and he listened to me. He was like, yeah. So I'm thinking he's just going along with what I'm saying. But then later on, he said that to me because we start talking back and forth. Like, he got certain things he do because he a Muslim. And I got certain things I do. So he like, are you allowed to do this? Are you allowed to do that? Because he don't know the Bible like that.
You said it's Ishmaelite?
Yes, but he told me, he said, y'all are real Jews. I said, how you know that? He said, I read it in the book. He was like, I knew that before I came over here that y'all were the Jews. Another incident happened. They having a Jewish wedding. Is one brown person there. He Ethiopian. He come downstairs. I start talking to him. I'm like, giving him a hint, but I ain't saying nothing. I got braids in my hair going straight back. He pointed to my head and said, you got a Jewish hairstyle.
Right.
Now you upstairs with these Caucasian people for their wedding. You point to my braids going straight back in my head and go, you got a Jewish hairstyle. You understand what I'm saying? Why? Because the earth knows that the Jews originally started off black. You understand what I'm saying? So-called white people come from Esau.
I want to make another point as well, but the reason why they don't really get into too much into it with us is because they got a family feed. They got to keep their stores open. Right. The oppressors gave them a certain position in this empire, so they don't want to go too far, and try to. The other day, I don't know if you've seen it or not. We right down the street, you see the Palestinians out there on the corner with the Free Palestine sign. They're taught to take care of their people and their oppression. Right. But and that's why they say all the time, well, you people need to stand up for yourselves. Right. And thank God for the Israelite school of UPK, because we do it every day.
Which one? That's heavy what you breaking out to. We was at 25.
25. But two nations in that one. This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
You could drop down to 25. That's what we was at.
25 and 25.
Yes.
Yeah. This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 25. And the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
So his complexion is red and he's hairy. You understand what I'm saying? This is the progenitor of the so-called white man. Go ahead.
Verse 26. And after that came his brother out.
Now his brother came out. He don't say what color he was. Why? Because he came out red. He came out brown like everybody else. Your first child come out red, you jump back. He all red in hair. You know what I'm saying? But the second one come out, he just, he came out. Wasn't a big deal. He looked like everybody else. Go ahead.
And his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob.
That's right.
And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
Esau was a cunning hunter, man. Let's get into this. Now, the way Esau loved to hunt is like, I'm gonna say this. We grown. I hope this channel is 18 plus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Edomite hunting and taking a life or something that's like orgasmic. It's something that's just, he just like it's time to sit. He loved to see that light go out something out. You understand what I'm saying? Like Esau such a kind of hunter, man. I'll tell you a couple things I've seen. I've seen the Edomite put bait under a tree. He up in this tree high as hell with a blowgun. The pigs is coming under the tree. He's blowing these long darts out this blowgun, and he's purposely hitting the pigs in the lungs. Oh, I hit that one hard. Hit this one in the lungs. Oh, that's a long shot. He's definitely going down. Yep. There you go. And the pigs is like streaming and running, and then they falling out because they get hit in the heart or in the lungs.
Right.
And the rest of the pigs, then they come back because they hungry, so they like, they ain't really my business.
Right.
And he's just picking them off. Another thing I see Edomites jump in the water with the big ass fish with a little spear gun. Shoot the fish and then let the fish drag him. Like, what the? You know what I'm saying? Like, Esau is different. Think about the whale hunts they had back in the day where they just getting blubber. Like, what possessed you to go, you know what, we're gonna start killing whales? And y'all start a whole whaling industry. Like, look at what he kills, man. The youngest person to ever kill a bear is a 6-year-old girl. You think it was a little black girl?
Right.
A 6-year-old girl killed a bear. You understand what I'm saying? These people are cunning hunters, man. Not only do they hunt animals, they hunt people too. You understand what I'm saying? You know, when they was catching us, they used to put us in the zoo too. We went in the zoo.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about who these people are, man. They're a cunning hunting race of people, man. And that's what they love. They love to hunt, man.
I used to work with one of them at Lowe's, and we was having a conversation. He was talking about, this is the reason why, you walk around, you see the Edomites, they walk around, they chest out so much, because, he talked about how he can go hunt wild boars, like you said. And he said that, if you have you ever hunted before? He said, it takes a lot of heart, you know what I'm saying? You see a little a wild boar or a deer walking with his family, and for you to take his life, you know what I mean? I mean, he was saying it like you're saying, like he was very,
but it's something that's like like hyping his spirit up. Like,
right.
You know what? All right. Let's try to get the black equivalent. It's like us talking about Michael Jordan. The way we talk about Mike and LeBron and Steph and Will, you listen when them old cats talk about Will. He was so fast. He was so amazing. He just come down the lane. There was nothing you could do to stop him. Jordan had this competitive mind state. When they get out there and they start hunting, they're like, oh, he's such a beautiful buck, man. He was so big. He had difference. It's some type of point like on his horns, like this is a something point buck. And they are so excited. Like, this is the most exciting thing they ever did. You go in their house, it's a gigantic head of a deer or a moose or something in there. They go kill a bear, eat a bear. You ain't gonna be they know parasites in the bear, they gonna eat it anyway. They get their kids to kill deers and different stuff like that, and they'll let them bite the heart raw when they first kill. Like, that's an Edomite, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these are people that love to hunt. See, we plain, we like to chill. You know what we gonna do? We need to eat and give me a couple chickens, give me a goat, couple cows. You know what I'm saying? I'm a farm. I'm gonna watch my animals. I'm not going out there all day in the heat in the woods, coming back starving to death because I ain't getting none today. Esau will go out there like, listen, this family gonna sink or fall on this hunt.
Right.
That's how Esau is, man. And if you could, when you keep going, it's gonna tell you Jacob is a plain man. We got
could
go ahead.
Like I looked at every single last season on the reason why they do stuff. This is just like you said, the equivalent. Like black people, what we do is, even if we have to crash out, and I'm not glorifying it, or I'm not agreeing with anything about it. I'm just making a point. Like I give you an example. Like black people, when we make a certain decision on, unaliving each other, something like that, we riding for our brother or doing something. Right. You know what I mean? Or if we get a tattoo of something, it's like we're very spiritual people, so it's a meaning behind everything. Right. You have the Ishmaelites over here who will blow up themselves in the mall just to have 7 ribs in
Right.
afterlife
7 birds.
with no meaning behind it.
And what you bringing out heavy, because our comedians talked about that. Like, I don't give a damn what's waiting on me. I was like, I'm not blowing myself up.
Right.
I'll put the bomb in the car and then let the car drive over there. But I'm not gonna be the bomb.
Right.
I'm not blowing me. Like, I drop the bomb, then I run back to y'all. No, you the bomb. No.
Right. So the point is that every time like we do something, it's always a spiritual or a certain reason behind it. But it might not be the right reason,
right.
But we feel like we riding for a cause.
And I understand exactly what you're saying. And that's true.
Yeah, right.
Even in our aggression of how we try to forgive people that hate us. Like, we believe this Bible in a different type of way. You spit in our face and we'll sit here and still try to love you. We'll see the pictures of us getting lynched and still try to love you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You know why? Because we think it's right with God for us to do that. Man, I'm a free y'all. This is in the UPK, we really are free men. You do not have to love white people. You don't have to love no other nation. But you do have to love your brothers and sisters among your own people.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what you are charged with doing, is loving your own people. So I'm freeing you up from all that other love you feel like you got to give everybody else. Take that and give that to your own people, man. To your own nation. And this is what we tend to do, man. This is a little bit off subject, but you know how they say you got a family tree?
Right.
Imagine for a tree to grow, you need sunlight, you need water, you need this, that, and the third. We have the other nation, their trees are so tall, our tree don't get sunlight. We supposed to be working from the bottom to water it and put the mulch and all the stuff that make a tree grow. You know what we do? We go water the white man's tree. You understand what I'm saying? We go water the Arabs build a chicken spot down there, but we go water their tree. We don't water our own tree, man. We don't take care of our own people. And that's what we need to start doing, man. We need to start taking care of ourselves and making sure we pour into ourselves. And that's in the scripture.
Yeah, bro.
You understand what I'm saying? You can keep going. Heavy point you're bringing up.
Mm-hmm. This is Genesis chapter 25, verse
27. Uh-huh.
And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents.
He just like to chill. You guys a black man, what do you know? He don't think you chilling.
Right.
Where you at? The crib. What you mean? You know what I'm saying? You coming through? You come through. We crack a couple of beers, get them to eat. You know what I'm saying? We chilling. That's how we are. We are plain man. We are simple people.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob.
Drop down to verse 31.
It's Genesis chapter 25, verse 31. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. What profit shall this birthright do to me?
So what profit is this birthright gonna do to me if I'm gonna die? He was hungry. He came back in the field. He didn't catch nothing that day. You know what I'm saying? He probably was out there a couple of days, came back all hot and stank.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? His brother sitting there, what you doing? Chilling, cooking, finna eat. What you doing? Man, I need to eat something, man. I'm starving. I was out there, I ain't catching nothing. Sell me your birthright. And really it's his in the first place because the Lord said that it was gonna go to Jacob. Right. You understand what I'm saying? But he making it official with his brother, like, sell me your birthright. He's like, what they got to do with me? I'm finna die. I've been in the field for 3-4 days.
And it seemed like the mama remembered it. That's why she loved it.
Right. Go ahead. And the father, you know what I'm saying? The father, of course, your son's going out, he hunting, he's strong, he doing all this. You going to tend to lean towards that. But that wasn't the Lord's choice, man. Go ahead.
You did make a point about it. You know, you can tell the mom was talking crap. He be coming in all strange.
Right. Man, she wasn't worried about all that. She's like, this is my boy right here. He's chilling. He with me. Me, God. You know what I'm saying? We got a plan for this boy. He the one.
Right. It's like this is Genesis chapter 25, verse 31. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. Verse 32. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me? Verse 33. And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob.
He did what?
He sold his birthright unto Jacob.
He was born first, man. Just like Ishmael was born first. And instead of going to Ishmael, it went to Isaac. And instead of going to Esau, it went to Jacob. And the next verse is going to say, thus Esau despised his birthright. He didn't care. You understand what I'm saying? Now, let me see if I can find this real quick. Nah. I'm tweaking. Like, yeah. Let me get Genesis. What is it? 27.
No, we on 25 right now. And verse.
I think what I'm looking for in 27.
Oh, you talking about chapter 27?
Yeah. I think it's chapter 27. My bad, y'all, again for my voice. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little under the weather. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Or are we at 26? We might be at 26.
We was in chapter 25 just then.
Yeah, we might be at 26. I just gotta find it exactly because I don't think it's in my notes. Salaki, y'all, this is my fault.
That's when we want to start from chapter 26. Oh, you talking about on your end? You want to start 26?
I'm just trying to find a specific part.
Okay.
I'm thinking. I'm looking for when he blessed Jacob.
He blessed Jacob.
Yeah.
You talking about after?
Okay, I found it. It is 27.
27.
Salagia. We might not even need to get this. Long story short, you know what I'm saying? Out of Esau and Jacob, the Most High ended up choosing Jacob instead of Esau. The same thing basically happened with Ishmael that happened with him. We're gonna move on so we can get a little bit deeper into the class. So you at this point we following the line, right? So Jacob is the progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel. He's the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. I believe 2 of the tribes came from Joseph. You know what I'm saying? When he was in Egypt, that's Ephraim and Manasseh. You know what I'm saying? So that's the 12 tribes of Israel. And then we go to Moses, and then Moses gives the Israelites the law. So can I get Deuteronomy 7:6 first? Real quick. We're going to jump around a little bit. I'm showing y'all principal things in the Bible.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That you can establish a foundation with. So, and then if somebody tries to tell you something different, you go, no, this is what the scripture says. You understand what I'm saying? So somebody try to tell you, God love everybody. You know, just think about all the people who like him took, and then see him choosing and showing favoritism to people. You can read that for me?
This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
Thou art an holy people. Who is this talking about? This talking about the so-called Israelites, man. It's not talking about everybody. You are a holy people. You are a separate people. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God, your God. This is possessive. This is not everybody's God. When God flooded the earth, he wasn't everybody's God. Now, he created everybody, but he was Noah's God. Why? Because he took care of Noah, and he chose Noah. You understand what I'm saying? He was Abraham's God because he talked to Abraham, and he chose Abraham. He's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It says that all over the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
To be a what?
To be a special people.
To be a special people, man. When something is special, it's like your favorite thing. You know what I'm saying? You might got a pair of shoes, but you might got a pair of shoes that's a special shoe. You might got a couple cars, but you might got a car that's a special type of car. And it might not even be the newest, most fanciest one. You can be sitting there driving a Porsche. And you like, listen, man, there's something about that 87 I got out there.
Right.
It's special. You know what I'm saying? I'll beat my kids over this one right here. It's like, you messed this up. I'm gonna hit you. You messed the Porsche up. Oh, I'll take go get it detailed on. You can't mess up the ace. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You've got all these other people on the earth who might be great for all these reasons, but he chose this people to be a special people to himself. You understand what I'm saying? Which is possessive. Go ahead.
Above all people.
It says what?
Above all people.
Equal with all people.
Oh, above all people.
The same as other people.
Above all people.
You know, we all come from Adam. Above all people. That's what the scripture says. This is a principle thing. This is a foundational thing. This is how you make the Bible practical so you can understand it, man. The Lord chose Israel over everybody. Go ahead.
That are upon the face of the earth.
Uh-huh.
The Lord did not set his love upon you or choose you because ye were more in number than any people.
So it could have been, it was other nations that were more than us. Go ahead.
For ye were the fewest of all people.
Who was the fewest, man? You know what I'm saying? There's all these other nations around. You know what I'm saying? You got the Hamites, they already around, they popping. You know what I'm saying? The Ishmael, I mean the Elamites, they run around, they popping. You know what I'm saying? The Japhites, they run around, they doing their thing, man. And then he took the fewest people who he just made a nation out of. You understand what I'm saying? And chose that people to be his special people above all the other people that he created. All the other older races. Y'all go to Africa and be like, look, this is the oldest civilization. You see how old Egypt is? God don't care about how old Egypt is. That's why it's a desert right now. That's why the Africans that's from there, a lot of them don't live there. The Arabs, you understand what I'm saying? He don't have no respect on Egypt because it's older.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? What he does have respect on his chosen people that he chose and that we reading about here in Deuteronomy that he put above all people. You see, he killed the firstborn of all of everybody in Egypt.
Right.
Damn, it's a damn Dust Bowl and a tourist attraction. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it is now. Why? Because he didn't choose them. Now you can sit there and say they had the greatest society. They did inventors of medicine. They did this. They did that. So,
like,
go ahead.
Not only is a Dust Bowl in the tourist attraction, the really gypsies are not even there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the people not even there no more. They in Africa somewhere.
They're in Sudan.
Yeah, they in the Sudan. You know what I'm saying? And white people are saying aliens built their shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and got a lot of them in the damn museum.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I think them white people was eating the mummies too. I think they ate a couple of them Egyptians. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch Esau, man. Esau,
Right.
Esau, the devil, the Bible speaks. Esau a little funny acting. It's a lot.
They call it dry aged meat.
Right. He didn't. They don't get no more dry age than that.
Right.
It's a lot. You can go ahead.
Yeah. The Lord did not set his love upon you nor choose you because you are more in number.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it. Than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people.
Uh-huh.
Verse 8, but because the Lord loved you.
Because the Lord what?
Because the Lord loved you.
You see that? He loved the Israelites. So he said they're special people there to be above all the other nations just because he loved them. So this is the love that we talk about when we talk about God. This is the love right here. They don't say he got it for the Hamites. It was Hamites everywhere. He chose the fewest people. It was Japhites everywhere. It was other Shemites everywhere. You see what I'm saying? He chose the people that came from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand what I'm saying? Deuteronomy 27:1. Could you read that for me real quick to see what that says?
Yeah.
I think that's another good place to start at.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying,
So slow that down. It's a lot. This is important. See, this is the problem. We're not going to spin you around like your Christian pastors. We're going to slow it down and make sure you get what it's saying.
Right.
It says what?
And Moses with the elders of
and
Israel.
Moses with the elders of Israel. Don't say no Chinese people was there. Don't say no Hamite people was there.
Right.
Don't say no other Shemitic people were there. It says the Moses with the elders of Israel. Go ahead.
Commanded the people, saying,
Uh-huh.
keep all commandments.
Do what?
Keep all commandments.
Keep all commandments. Go ahead.
Which I command you this day.
Which I command you this day, man. So the Ethiopian wasn't there. No, they like to try to say they Israelites. The East Indians wasn't there. The Ishmaelites wasn't there.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You see who was there? The elders of Israel and the Israelites. That's who this Bible is about. That's who this Bible is pertaining to, man. This Bible is not for all nations on the earth, and it says they got the commandments. Now, give me Psalms 147 and 19. With that being said, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. All you have to do is know the laws of the Bible and go watch every race of people on the earth, and you're gonna be able to tell who's not the Israelites. Why am I saying that? Esau loved pork. He's never going to follow the Bible because he's never going to put pork down. There's a restaurant around where I stay at with a big ass pig outside.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? They had a bacon smoothie here at one point. Why would you want a bacon smoothie?
My sons.
That's exactly what I'm talking. That's got the pig outside. They had the bacon smoothie. They was promoting that all on TV. You know what I'm saying? He put pork in everything. Everything got gelatin in it. That's pork.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? You look at the Chinese people, man. You're not supposed to be eating bats. They eat bats. You're not supposed to eat frogs. They eat frogs. You understand what I'm saying? You're not supposed to eat monkeys. African people eat monkeys. They don't have God laws, man. You understand what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be eating shrimp, crab, pork, lobster, catfish, none of that. But you go look at the other nations, man. Listen, so-called Moabite or Chinese or Japanese person, man, they find anything in the ocean. They just eat it. I don't even know what the hell it is half the time. They got a big ass bug in the ocean. It's like it's about this big. I don't know if it's called a cephalopod or whatever the fuck. It's a big ass roly poly.
Right.
Now, they didn't got one of these things. He didn't cut it open. He didn't cook it up. He's sitting there like, well, I wouldn't really call that meat because it's really like just goo in the inside of this creature. He didn't mix it up with rice and season and everything like that. And the Edomite was like, is it good? Now, this is Japanese, man. He couldn't. He was like, nah. Why the fuck you eating this? Left that shit at the bottom of the ocean.
Right.
They didn't have the laws. They don't have God laws. We wouldn't eat that. That's unclean to us.
Right.
I'm not eating that shit. You're not gonna bring it to me and serve me some bug. I'm not eating it. All that shit stink anyway. Salagi for my language.
Right.
Excuse my French. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms 147, verse 19.
And the Bible says exactly what I'm saying. Go ahead.
He showeth his word unto Jacob.
He does what?
He showeth his word unto Jacob.
He shows his word unto Jacob or the Israelites. Go ahead.
His statutes and his commandments unto Israel.
His statutes and his commandments unto Israel. And don't say everybody else. Go ahead.
He have not dealt so with any nation.
He have what?
He have not dealt so with any nation.
He is what?
He have not dealt so with any nation.
So he showed his laws and his statutes to Jacob and unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any other nation. That's in the Bible. What your Christian pastor got to say about that? Can y'all go read to see a pastor and ask him to break this down? He's going to tell you some BS, but we're going to arm you with the knowledge that you need to know. This is one of them classes where you got to put this in your notes. You know what I'm saying? We got these phones now. You can copy and paste all the scriptures, put it all together so you can sit there and you can read it all like it's one story. You can see what the Bible say, how you're supposed to read it. Line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. When you put this together, you begin to see the picture that the Bible is painting, man. You understand what I'm saying? He dealt with Adam, not everybody else. He dealt with Noah, not everybody else. He dealt with Abraham, not everybody else. He dealt with Isaac, not everybody else. And then he dealt with Jacob. Then he gave them the laws. And it says, read that again from the top.
Like this is the book of Psalms, chapter 137, verse 19.
Go ahead.
He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his commandments unto Israel.
That's right.
He have not dealt so with any nation.
He have not dealt so with any other nation, man. It's right here in the Bible, man. Backing up what I'm saying. He didn't deal with the other nation. He don't know Chunky. He don't know Ryu and Ken. He don't know Dowson. My name is Street Fighter characters from other nations. He don't know Zangief and all that. He don't know the real Pooh Shiesty Putin over there. He don't know Joe Biden. He don't know Donald Trump. He know the Israelites who are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Is that it on that?
Like
you can go ahead.
And it's like he have not dealt so with any nation, and as far as his judgments, they have not known them.
They don't even know that you're not supposed to be eating the roly-poly that live in the bottom of the ocean. They don't know you're not supposed to be jumping on baboon's back and eating baboon behind. That's what they do. They eat the butt of the baboon. Listen, them might eat albino. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Yeah.
Me and Yediah was in Philadelphia, man, doing a class one day, and I was showing them the video of how they ate this albino lady arms and her feet and all that. the Bible tells us not to eat human flesh. You see what I'm saying? They over there in Africa eating up minors. The so-called white man eat mummies. You know he get into some cannibalism. We don't want to talk about Jeffrey Dahmer. He put your ass in the fridge.
Right.
Hey, your ass in the freezer.
Right.
They don't know the Lord's justice, man. They never received these laws, man. You understand what I'm saying? Why do you think that the Roman Catholic Church is the head of their church, but it's number one in child molestation, man? You understand what I'm saying? Let me get something for y'all. I'm gonna show y'all something. Real quick.
Like, I don't know if you was gonna use this as a precept, second Ezra.
Which one you got?
Second Ezra 6 and 56.
We gonna get that next. The water. I appreciate that.
Well, 6 and 54, I think he was 56. Well, 6 and 54 down to 56.
No. So like, yo, I just gotta look this up real quick. Now, you can read this to me.
Yeah.
Now I want him to read it because he's such a powerful reader and he's breaking everything down. I need him to see this with his own eyes. Not just Google this. Because I've seen this before.
Yeah, this is the French church abuse. 216,000 children were victims of clergy in Italy.
Now, this is the Roman Catholic Church in France. This is just France. It's not the world. All over the world, if it's 200,000 kids that have gotten molested in France, I believe since 1950, it's way more than that when you go look at the rest of the world. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead and read that.
Some 216,000 children, mostly boys, have been sexually abused.
Slow down. Read that again. It's a lot.
Some 216,000 children, mostly boys.
Children, mostly boys. Go ahead.
Have been sexually abused by clergy.
Have been what?
Have been sexually abused by clergy.
Sexually abused by clergy. We ain't gotta read no more. Them poor boys over there in them Catholic churches, man. And why is this happening? I'm gonna show y'all something because history repeats itself, man. The Bible said the Spirit bear witness. Now, I want you to read this. Read this to me. I'm gonna show y'all something. See, we do the
Pederasty.
Hold on, real quick. We do the things that we have always been doing because the Spirit bear witness. So you will see an Ishmaelite, I say Ishmael is a wild man. You watch them and you see they all got the same spirit.
Right.
A black kid is born, you see him dancing and jumping around and doing his thing. The Edomite, you know what I'm saying? Two Edomites have a baby. Jeffrey Dahmer might come out. It's like he might. I think Andrew Jackson. He known as the Indian killer. He was a mass murderer.
Right.
You got Mussolini. You go among their people, you just gonna see people that have killed a lot of people, and you're gonna see that all in their lineage. And another thing you're gonna see is pedophilia within their cultures, man. And this is what we're reading about right now. You see how they get to church. The Bible says man can't lay with mankind.
Right.
They're gonna try to find a loophole because it don't got nothing to do with them. When they say a man, they don't say a boy.
which is
It's disgusting. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not our culture, man. You see why black people were the last people to accept the LGBTQ. Why? Because we try to follow the Lord. And it's not in our spirit to be in that spirit. But it is in somebody's spirit. Read that for me.
This is the definition of pederasty.
Go ahead.
It's a sexual relationship between an adult man, between an adult man and a boy.
It's child molestation. Read it again.
It's a sexual relationship between an adult man and a boy.
Go ahead.
It was socially acknowledged. It was a socially acknowledged practice in ancient Greece.
And where?
In ancient Greece.
Oh, in white people's first major empire, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
In Rome.
And they second major empire. And America is the second coming of Rome. That's another class we're gonna do. And they do a lot of molestation of children here. You ever seen To Catch a Predator? You see who mostly be on it. Salaki. And this ain't me trying to be racist and race bait and do all this, that, and the third. That's not what this is. This is just me bringing out the history and showing you that we, as a people on this planet, we all tend to do the things that we've been doing. You understand what I'm saying? They come back up in your spirit. That's why Esau said something about us. And his CIA reports or the FBI reports, I have to look and see exactly what it was. He said there's not going to be any more black messiahs among them unless we set them up.
Right.
Why does it say there's not going to be any more black messiahs among us? Because we are the Israelites. One of us has the ability to rise up like Moses.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Rise up like Christ, rise up like the prophets, and go out and teach his people. They said, no, we can't have that. Ain't gonna be no more black messiahs. And as we said it, then they start infiltrating all our organizations to destroy us because they know one of us can raise up the rest of us and have us all get back on this path of serving our God, and then we're gonna be able to get out of this captivity, man. And Esau know that in his spirit, man. You understand what I'm saying?
If I could. Like that right there, I know you said you're gonna turn it to the past, but eventually I was already thinking that, we're gonna have to do a lecture, show similarities of slavery in Egypt, slavery in America. And we could bring up this stuff right here, man, because this stuff is disgusting, man.
That's right.
And then we promoting on teaching our people our identity once. When they say God bless America, I bet they ain't gonna bless America when they read about that.
Right.
Like you said, it's the second coming from Rome. That's part of American culture too.
Right. And it is. It's a bunch of child molestation. Harvey Weinstein. And I think there's another pedophile out there before Harvey Weinstein. And this is something I have to ask General Hyman to break down the psychology of this. They would brutally essay a child and then murder. And they kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. What the fuck Esau got going on? So I got to put my language, but this is serious. What does Esau have going on where essaying somebody and killing somebody, it's two of the things he get the most gratification. And it made me realize something. I remember when I was a kid, I loved watching scary movies.
Right.
But then I got a little bit older and I kind of was like, why is it naked women in a bunch of sex in all these horror movies, but then people get killed and there's blood everywhere? I'm like, what is their fascination with murder and sex? And I'm in the truth now, so it made me feel weird. I'm like, the fuck you want me feeling? Like, for real, think about it. 1 minute somebody having sex, you watching that. Then the next minute somebody is being murdered.
Right.
Being mutilated and different things. I'm like, what is going on in the Edomite's mind where this is the story that he want to tell? And they tell it time and time again, but then they do it. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they did to us in slavery. They would essay us, and then they would murder us. You understand what I'm saying? It's something with Esau where if you ain't fast enough to run, or you ain't got the strength to fight back, he will do these things. And it's something in his spirit that he can't help. It's just like Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer catch you, come over there, take pictures of you, do all this weird stuff. Then he unalive you, have sex with your dead body, and eat you. Salaki for the language. I just gotta keep it 100, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Like this is who these people are, man. And we looking at this history and breaking it out with the pederasty. When they are in charge of the church, 200,000 kids get molested in less than 70 years, 80 years. You understand what I'm saying? Why? Because that's what they were doing in Rome, having relations with young boys, and it was normal.
Right.
They were like, "Oh, nah, you a priest, you can't have a woman." When the Bible tell you it's better to marry than to burn. Listen, it's better than the boys. Women like rock, so like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? What the hell is wrong with you the way you just don't go get a woman? Like, listen, I looked in the scripture. It said it's better to burn than to be. It's definitely better than essaying a child. So like it. But an Edomite is an Edomite is an Edomite. Just like we the children of Israel, man. And God gave these laws to us. You can go ahead. I want you to read, hold what you got, and give me Amos 3 and 2 first. Yeah. The water. This is fun. Oh, you can start at verse 1. I got it. Yeah.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse. You say you start at verse 1.
Yeah, you can start at verse 1.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel.
You see, this is specific to who it's talking about. It said, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel. He's not talking to everybody. This don't have nothing to do with nobody else. Go ahead.
Against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
Against the whole family, which I brought out of the land of Egypt. The Chinese didn't exit Egypt. The Japanese didn't exit Egypt. The other Hamitic tribes, he didn't bring them out of Egypt. This is talking about a particular event. The Israelites that he bought out of the land of Egypt. So 2 times it's showing you who he's talking about. Go ahead.
Saying, you only have I known.
It's the 3rd time. What they say, 3 strikes you out?
Right.
This is the 3rd time. Go ahead.
You only have I known.
You only have I known. You don't know Chumley. You don't know Ken and Dawson. You don't know the other niggas. You don't know the Easterns. You don't know that. You understand what I'm saying? He don't know the people in Kyrgyzstan and in Turkey. He don't know these people, man. He only knows the Israelites, which are so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go ahead.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth. What they gonna tell you in the Christian church? Oh, we all come from Adam. What that say? Read that one more time.
Like, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
You only have I known out of all the families of the earth. That means all of the other people that come from Adam, come from Noah's 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. You only have I known out of all the families of the earth. Go ahead.
Therefore, I will punish you.
Therefore, I will what?
I will punish you.
Now, we all think called God our Father. You know what I'm saying? God is referred to as our Father, right?
Okay.
You don't beat other people's kids when they do something. You know what I'm saying? You beat your kids. You don't know them other kids. You know what I'm saying? What you know what you do? You tell your kid, don't hang out with them other kids down the street.
Right.
It's like God told us, don't join yourself to the other nations. You do what I tell you to do, and I'll take care of you and make sure you're good. You don't go do what them other kids is doing. You know what we doing? We supposed to be doing what God told us to do. You know what we doing? Said we gonna do what Esau do. You understand what I'm saying? We gonna put on a Chinese man garment and go try to be Chinese. We gonna put on the Egyptian man's garment and try to go be a damn Egyptian, man. Go put on a dashiki. I don't even know who garment that is. I think they just made that up. Like, look. Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know where the hell that came from. So right. I don't even know what African country to pin that on. I just know they gave it to us. We run around in dashikis and shit.
No. What happens is that black people want to pick the best part of black, it's like African culture to represent. They don't want to go in the woods and like one African tribe who had to turn yellow because all the heat that they bathe with.
You're not letting one of them cows in Africa piss on your head. You just not gonna do it. Listen, in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you don't get shaped up because it's in the Bible.
Right.
Brothers to be like, listen, I can't cut syrup down with y'all. I can't get up there and shape up.
Right.
You think an Israelite gonna let a cow piss on his head?
No. Okay, they be doing these they be going to ancestry.com and they be doing these lineage things to find out what tribe they come from. Now, if this was the protocol, if you from that tribe,
go ahead.
You got to do it. If you from the Pete tribe,
you from the
I'm telling you, you African, no, you African, brother. Now, if you from the Pete tribe, would you let that cow piss on your head?
Did you gonna put a plate in your lip?
You cut off the clitoris.
You gonna put them rings on your neck, doing your neck stretch out this big, but when you take the rings off, your shit can't hold your head up no more.
Right.
We want to take the best from African culture, like you said, man. And the Lord said He only knew us out of all the families of the earth. Man. That's right here in the scriptures, man. They don't know the statutes. They don't know the judgment. Therefore, He's going to punish us. And what are we doing instead of following the Lord? We're following the other nations, namely the so-called white man. They have a gigantic statue of white Jesus in Brazil. You understand what I'm saying? The image of white Jesus is in our mind to where we're serving white people instead of serving God. And He says, because I only knew you, I'm going to punish you. He gave us rules to not follow the other nations, but we forgot that. Read that again, if I could.
No,
it's like
this is the book of who here? This is Amos 3. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all families of the earth.
That's right.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Can't two walk together except they be agreed?
That's it. He said he gonna punish us for our iniquity, man. You know what that mean, man? If you are an Israelite, if you so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American on your father's side, man, you gotta go back to these law, statutes, and commandments that the Lord is gonna punish you, man. Why? Because He only knew you out of the rest of these nations, man. Now you can get what you had. Well, I told you the whole. What you was in Second Ezra?
Second Ezra. This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 6 and 54. And after these, this is an apocrypha, which is a part of the Bible. They just took it out of the Bible. If you have the 1611 Bible, the original 1611 Bible, the apocrypha is in there. Right. This Second Ezra, chapter 6 and 54. And after these, Adam also, who thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
No, this is where the class started. We started off with Adam.
Right.
He made Adam Lord of all his creatures. Go ahead.
Of him come we all.
Of him what?
Of him come we all.
Everybody come from the Chinese man, the Arab, the East Indian, you know what I'm saying? Everybody come from Adam, right? Go ahead.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And the people who you chose, though, we all come from Adam, but also the people you chose. So it's all these people that came from Adam, and then there's one particular people that God chose. Go ahead.
And this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
For the chosen people's sakes, not everybody else's sakes. Go ahead.
As for the other people,
as for everybody else on the planet, go ahead.
Which also come of Adam.
Which also come from Adam. Well, we all bleed red. With the Bible.
We know. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing.
That they are what?
They are nothing.
These people, it's like they don't even exist. Go ahead.
But be like unto spittle.
Be like what?
Be like unto spittle.
Spittle. Spittle is spit, man. You understand what I'm saying? You know what you do when you spit out your mouth? You don't even care about it no more. Nah. Look, this is what Israelites say this, right? This is how you know this spiritual. When your child look exactly like you, what Israelites say?
Like they spit you out.
Like you spit him out. He said the other nations is like spit, something you just drop on the ground and you don't even care about. Go ahead.
Said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened them in his abundance of them, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Like a drop that falls from a vessel, meaning like you say you got a bucket in this full of water. You know what I'm saying? You got a bucket and you drop some water and you taking it like I'm taking it from the well to the house. You know what I'm saying? Trying to hold the bucket up, a drop fall out of it. Do you stop and try to pick that drop back up that you dropped on the ground?
Right.
You just take what you still got in your bucket. He poured the other nations out the bucket. That's in the metaphor. That's what he's saying. He just fell out the bucket. He don't even care that he made you no more. He just made you. You was part of the water. Now you on the ground. He don't care. He going on about his business with what he got to care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's breaking down, man.
Like to it. He said a drop that falls from a vessel. See how small that drop is?
Just a drop. It ain't even important. Now, if I could, this is quoting another scripture. You can read it real quick. And that's why I said that as it is written. So y'all gonna say that apocrypha is not really a part of the Bible. Well, this is quoting another scripture.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 40, verse 15. Behold, the nations are as the drop of a bucket and are counted as the small dust of the balance.
Small dust on the scale, man. It don't even matter. A balance is a scale. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say make sure you give a just balance. I believe in the scriptures. A balance is a scale, man. He counts them as dust on the scale, man. Something that don't even move the scale. You understand what I'm saying? Something that don't hold any weight. That's what he's saying, man. A drop from a bucket. Something that fall out the bucket you don't even care about. You know what I'm saying? You get a bucket, you fill it up with apples. You drop one apple. What you gonna do? Put it under your arm. Do this, do that. You like, shit, I dropped one, but I still got 30 more in the bucket. I don't give a damn.
Right.
The dust on the balance is even more disrespectful because you know a scale, dust don't move on the scale. How much dust do you need to move on the scale?
Right.
To make it matter? It don't matter. You understand what I'm saying? Our people, you know, a lot of people, y'all had them damn scales. Y'all had them damn scales.
Right.
And y'all know it took more than dust to make it move the way you wanted to move. A lot of y'all was not given a just measurement. We ain't supposed to be doing that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, y'all know about scales. So I know my people.
A 0.5 ain't even make it move like that.
You see what I'm saying? It's like we from the work.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? But we go stick to this truth and let y'all know, man. But our people, you know, man. You know, dust not moving that scale.
right.
That was it. The water.
Get on the ball.
Now let's see where we get after this. I think I want 1 John 3 and 4. And we almost coming to the end of this class, man. The water for everybody for tuning in. Whether you catching it live or you catching it on the replay. The water, y'all can like, comment, subscribe, man. Subscribe to this channel, man. Share this. Especially, you know what I'm saying, if you in the city of Augusta. Share it if you anywhere, but especially share this if you in the city of Augusta, man.
You said 3 and 4.
John, yep, 1 John 3 and 4. Especially if you're in the city of Augusta, man. The ISUPK is officially here. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about none of these other groups. You can just come straight to the home of the truth. You understand what I'm saying? You got it?
Somebody else still getting it right.
You're going to keep breaking these scriptures down. You understand what I'm saying? And if I could too, man, after y'all like if y'all watch this class, man, go back, take notes, review what I'm saying, go read above and below the stuff we was reading. Go and see for yourself, man. We would not have our people be ignorant, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like General Hyman always said, when is it ever good to not know anything? Especially dealing with God.
Right.
This is what you need to know the most. We got so much of a zeal for God. That first scripture that I brought out, we got a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge, man. You know what that means for real? That means we are being foolish. But we got all the energy in the world for folly, for foolishness, for something that don't mean a damn thing, man. That's what that means. You got a zeal, you mean it, but you don't know how to serve God, man. And that's what we teach in the ISUPK, man.
Right.
You go ahead.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin, transgresseth also the law.
Whosoever committeth sin also transgresseth the law. Here you go. Whosoever.
Mm-hmm.
This whosoever word, you know what I'm saying, called a malfunction in the Christian. Whosoever to a Christian mean everybody in the world. But we already broke the scriptures down before this. You only have I known out of all the nations on the earth. And so my statutes and my judgments and my commandments, they have not known them.
Right.
Therefore, I will punish you. So when you read this, go from the top again.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin, transgresseth also the law.
The only way you can commit sin is if you know the law in the first place. If the law was given to you. So sin is literally transgression against God's law. Who was God's law given to? The Israelites. That's why we have a dietary law. That's why when you look at the other nations that don't follow the dietary law. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what you got to understand. I want one more. Let me get Matthew 1 and 21. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm showing y'all why these things are important. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to paint a picture for y'all so y'all can see it the way we see it. Because that's what it is, right? A lot of times being in the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge, you have an understanding of things from Genesis and Revelations. So the Bible in your head is a picture of how things happen. And as you learn more about the scriptures, more the picture gets filled in. You understand what I'm saying? So this is a direct map in a picture that I'm giving to y'all, man. That's what this is. Because we just went from showing you who the law was given to, who the law was for. You understand what I'm saying? Then we showed you what sin is. Why is this important? Because Christ came to save what you think is mankind or whosoever from that sin, but that whosoever is the Israelite. You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna prove it with the scriptures, man. That's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna run my mouth. I'm gonna prove it with the scriptures. I'm gonna show y'all this picture. Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 21.
Go ahead.
And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus.
Call his name what?
Jesus.
Call his name what?
Jesus.
So who are we talking about? Talking about Christ, man. Go ahead.
For he shall save his people.
He should say who?
His people.
Say who?
His people.
Who are his people, man? His people are the Israelites. Go ahead.
From their sins.
From their sins. What are sins? Transgressions of God's laws. Who were God's laws given to? The Israelites, not to everybody else, man. the so-called Edomite or the so-called white man don't give a damn about God's laws. You know why I know that? Because he is a priest and he's molesting all the boys in the damn church.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Mostly against boys. God, it's a lot. It's bad either way when you do something to a child. It's a lot. You understand what I'm saying? And if you listen, the Lord, it's a lot. I ain't gonna get into that. I don't want to shut us down already
Right.
on the second video. But you deserve something for that. And you know what they do with them child molesting priests in there? They just move them.
Right.
They must have got a lot of case fighting money. If I remember correctly, I'm gonna have to look this up again. I think they got a bunch of money so when the case come against them, they can pay the case up. They got a child molestation case for them. I believe I remember us discovering that when I was in Philadelphia. I'm gonna look into it, and if I find it, I'm gonna bring it up in the later class. But I believe they got a child molestation for them because they gonna molest kids. It's not gonna stop.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast, and they was like, "Well, you kind of knew, like, you know, the priest might get you." You know what I'm saying? They was laughing about it, like, "Yeah, he got him. He didn't get me. He tried it. Oh, you want to go fishing?" You know what I'm saying? I did some research on them girls that was doing gymnastics. They got molested.
Mm-hmm.
The man who did it grew up Catholic. It was another person in Philadelphia molesting football players. I believe it was at Penn State. One of them. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. I looked it up. It said he was raised Roman Catholic. You see what I'm saying? It's their culture, man. You understand what I'm saying? He don't got God's laws to tell him not to do that. He don't got God's laws to tell him not to eat pork. You understand what I'm saying? The Bible says, "Woe to him that builds a land with blood." Didn't nobody tell Esau not to build a land with blood? That's the only way he know how to get land.
Right.
He like, hey, there's some people over there. Let's go talk to them, see what they're doing. He gonna talk to you, come. What the Bible say, his words were smoother than butter. Then when he leave, you know what he do? Yeah, we gonna kill all them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He came over here and seen our Native American brothers, and he sent letters back. Listen, they gonna be good for slaves. That's what he said, man. It's a man who comes acting peaceful, but only knows how to take. He don't have God's laws, man. He's not teaching you God's laws. Christianity is white supremacy.
Right.
Christianity is keeping God's people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans asleep, man. And in your slumber, you are ignorant to know that you not following God's laws is getting you punished. That's why you aborted your children. You understand what I'm saying? That's why you grew up in the slums. That's why your businesses don't work. That's why your relationship don't work. Why? Because you're not following God, man. You understand what I'm saying? You can give me the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1, and I'm going to show it to you. This is how you know who the Israelites is. Now, we ain't got that much time left. You know what I'm saying? We might go over a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna break this Bible down, man, so y'all can get a picture, man. We just showed y'all, man. It said Christ was going to come. She gonna have a son, call his name Jesus, and he gonna die for his people, for their sins, not for everybody. Let's go back to the Deuteronomy 28. These are foundational scriptures, man. Put these in your notes. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass.
It shall come to pass, meaning it's going to happen. Go ahead.
If thou shalt hearken, it's like if thou shalt hearken diligently.
If you listen diligently, if you take heed to diligently, it means take heed to well. Diligent is like doing something good or working hard at something. Go ahead.
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Of the voice of the Lord thy God. Not everybody's God, but your God. Go ahead.
To observe and to do all his commandments.
Do some of his commandments.
Do all his
Do
commandments.
the ones you feel like doing.
Do all his
Do
commandments.
the ones Esau told you to keep.
Do all his
Do
commandments,
all his commandments. Go ahead.
which I command thee this day,
Which I command thee this day. Go ahead.
that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations.
Will do what?
Set thee on high above all
He's
nations.
going to set you on high above all nations if you keep all these commandments. He said that to the Israelites. He didn't say that to everybody else. Go ahead. Or that's still on that one.
Of the earth. It's like that's
All nations of the earth, man. You supposed to be above all nations of the earth. You black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. You know what? You're only gonna get in that position if you keep God's laws, man.
I think it's good to go down and read a little bit more too. So and when you go down to 15, well,
Drop down to 15. That's where we go next.
If I could, I just so we could differ, we could stop at verse 4 right here.
Okay.
It says, "And all the blessings shall come over thee and overtake thee."
All these blessings are gonna come upon thee and overtake thee. What does it mean by overtake? When it says overtake, it means that's what your life is gonna be about. Your life is going to be about so many different blessings. That's what your life is going to be about. That's what's going to overtake you. You will wake up in the morning, keeping God's laws, and it's like blessings is over. It's just on you all the time. Go ahead.
If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
And you listen until what God told you. You know what we're doing? We shutting up what God told us to do, and we doing what another nation of people told us to do. Go ahead.
Blessed shalt thou be in the city.
That blessed shall you be in the city, man. Your city's gonna be blessed, man. Go ahead.
And blessed shalt thou be in the field.
You can live out in the country someday, bro. You can be blessed in the field, man. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body.
Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body. That's your children, man. Go ahead.
And the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle. It's like in the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep.
You see what I'm saying? You're gonna be blessed, man. You're gonna have good fruit, good animals, everything will be blessed. Your children gonna be blessed, everything, man. These blessings gonna overtake you. But for time's sake, we're gonna get to the other side, man, if we don't follow God. You can go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy 28, chapter 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So next time somebody tell you, oh, we don't gotta keep God's commandments, take them to this scripture and then read down for them. Go ahead.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these what?
All these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
All these curses. Go ahead.
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Overtake thee. No, drop. You can keep going.
Curse shall thou be in the city.
Curse shall you be in the city. Black people in Chicago, are you cursed?
Right.
Black people in Detroit, are you cursed?
Right.
I'm asking you. In these cities where our Hispanic brothers and sisters are you cursed? Don't y'all got the cartel down there running some of your cities? You understand what I'm saying? Are you cursed? Let's be real here. Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? We want everybody to keep it real. We want everybody to keep it 100. Are we cursing these cities? Go ahead.
And curse shall thou be in the field.
Curse shall we be in the field. How you doing? Are we doing better in the country? Huh? Are we doing better in the country? A lot of y'all don't know this, man. We had like millions of acres of land that we had, farmland, good land that was stolen from us by so-called white people, man. You don't know that. It was a curse to be down here in the country. That's why we was running up north. You understand what I'm saying? Like, get away from these devils down here. I should have bought my other book, Without Sanctuary. It shows them taking pictures with our lynched bodies, man. Curse where we down here, man. Go ahead.
Curse shall be the basket and thy store.
Curse gonna be your basket and your store. What is a basket for? For holding your supplies. How does supplies do? I think they curse. How's your store doing? I think they gone. We only got too many stores left now. You understand what I'm saying? Our businesses is failing. You know what I'm saying? That's saving up, trying to, prepare for our future. That's failing. Now, if I could, we're gonna get a couple more and then we're gonna flip it. We get 28 and 68.
28 and 68.
Yeah.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
You're gonna go into Egypt again with ships, man. There's maps in the back of these Bibles, man. And if you look on the map, you'll see Egypt and Israel are touching. You will walk to Egypt. So you're gonna go into Egypt again with ships. How do we get to America? On cargo slave ships. What happened to our Hispanic and Native American brothers? Where did they go? On slave ships. They went on slave ships to the different parts of America, and they went back to Europe and to the other countries that was when they first came over here and was capturing the Americans. They was taking them back over there and putting them on slave ships. Who does this happen to? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. You gonna go into Egypt again on ships, man, tied up next to one another, dying, defecating on each other. All types of madness, man. Us thinking it's better to jump in the damn ocean, man. You understand what I'm saying? To where the sharks follow the blood trail to this day, man. You understand what I'm saying? Or the trails of the slave ship to this day, man. They still follow those same patterns. Why? Because they was getting fed for hundreds of years, man. You're gonna go into Egypt again on ships. What is Egypt? Bondage, man. The real name of Egypt is Mizraim or Matazari. Egypt is a Greek word. They looked at Egypt and said they built this, they made people work for this. This was made with bondage. That's what Egypt is. Go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
What is it talking about? You're not going to see no more again. Your homeland. Go ahead.
And there Ye should be sold.
You should be what?
You should be sold.
You should be what?
You should be sold.
Didn't they sell blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? Didn't they sell us? Didn't they put us up on auction blocks? It's right here in the scriptures, man. Why did this happen to us? Because we didn't follow God's laws. Go ahead.
Unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen.
For bondmen and bondwomen. That's slave men and slave women. Go ahead.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man shall buy you. What does that buy mean? Of course, we got bought. It just says you was going to get sold. It just means nobody is going to come and get you out of this condition. You understand what I'm saying? I'm Africans that you think your people. They didn't shoot a bow and arrow from Africa towards America and try to get us back.
Right.
They got over here and they was like, man, look, we messed up. We sold y'all over there. Come back to Africa. We get them. We're gonna link up. We're gonna do this. Nobody came to get us, man. We still sitting here in the same condition, man. People is figuring out how to personally get to space. And what black people doing? Making drill music.
Right.
Killing each other still.
Right.
Understand what I'm saying? We got that horrible story that came out about that little girl getting molested in their neighborhood, man. And our neighborhood is still like that, man. We still curse just like that, man. We still out here trying to be a drug dealer. The best man among us is a drug dealer. Big Meech got out of jail. They throwing him all type of parties and shit. Like, other cat, Freeway Rick and Roll, I seen him doing an interview and he was talking about the dope he was selling and he was too happy for me. He pissed me the hell off. I'm like, what the fuck you smoking about?
Right, right.
You know how many lives you messed up with that dope you was dealing, man? You understand what I'm saying? Our people are destroyed, man, and we look up to what? Drug dealers? That's the best of us. We get a man who play basketball, who went to school, grew up in a two-parent household. You know what he want to do? Be a thug. Be a gangster. Be a drug dealer. We are destroyed as a people, man. Why? Because we don't follow God's laws, man. Now, if I could you get 46 for me?
28 and 46.
We're going to end it with these last couple scriptures.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Read that again.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
These curses are going to be upon us and upon our children, upon our seed forever, as a sign and a wonder. This is how you identify who the Israelites are. You go ask the Jewish man when he went into slavery on shit. He's going to tell you some bullshit. It's a lie. You understand what I'm saying? You going to ask him to do that, he's going to tell you some bullshit. They talk about the Holocaust. The Holocaust only lasted, what, less than 10 years? You understand what I'm saying?
6 years.
6 years? How long was we in slavery? We still live over here, don't we? And guess what? You can still be a slave when you go to jail. Who the number one people in jail? Oh, it just so happened to be black people. Blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans. Per capita. Who's going to be top 3? Now, of course, Esau. Y'all not putting enough of y'all people in jail. It's a lot. You understand what I'm saying? You can keep going.
This is verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
Listen, y'all in that Christian church trying to get all that joy from dancing. You need to get your joy from serving the Lord like we do, man. That's what makes us happy, man. Being able to serve the Most High and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. What you do? You're joyful following after our oppressor. Go ahead.
For the abundance of all things.
For the abundance of all things. All the things he would have provided for us, so we would have listened to him. Because we didn't do that, go ahead.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
Shall I do what?
Serve thy enemies.
Shall I do what?
Serve thy enemies.
Who would serve? You see, the way the Christian church teaches, we don't have no enemies, right? We're supposed to love everybody. But the Bible says you're going to serve your enemies. I don't know. Maybe the person who puts you in slavery is your enemy, Abari. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe the person that hung you from a tree is your enemy.
Right.
Maybe the person that put you in a damn zoo is your enemy.
Obviously.
Maybe the person who bought the drugs from overseas on military planes and put them in your neighborhood, maybe your enemy. I don't know, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the man who unallowed your children, put you in slavery, beat you, made you work for free. Maybe that's your enemy. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
Strip you from your identity.
Strip you from your identity. Your name is Toby. You understand what I'm saying? Gave you his name. Called you ugly. Told everybody you was ugly. You understand what I'm saying? Our people still walk around to this day with issues of colorism, man. Issues with the color of their skin, man. Just like King Solomon said, I'm black but comely, man. Comely means beautiful, man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And we hate our skin color, hate our hair, man. Why? Because we living with somebody that hate us, man. You understand what I'm saying? And we serving our enemies. So you know what you do? You try to be more like your enemy, man. A lot of our people just voted for Donald Trump. Donald Trump hates you, man. Joe Biden hates you, man. Joe Biden hated you back in the day and gave you that 3 strikes laws and locked up all our fathers, man. Meanwhile, crack is technically a watered down version of cocaine.
Right.
You gonna get 10 more years on your sentence for having crack rock than you is for having cocaine. Why? Because white people did cocaine, black people did crack. Maybe he hates you. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe that's why. Maybe he is your enemy. I don't know. I could be wrong. Keep going.
Because thou not servest the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore thou shalt slack it. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
What?
In hunger.
Hungry, man. You want to eat something, you gotta go to the restaurant. You understand what I'm saying? You gonna go to the grocery store, you gonna buy food, gelatin. They're gonna charge you $8 for a dozen eggs. You don't have to go buy it, man. You understand what I'm saying? And when we was in captivity, he fed us pig slop. You understand what I'm saying? The parts of the pig that people don't even eat. You understand what I'm saying? We're not even supposed to be eating pork, man. You gonna serve this enemy in hunger, man. Just so you can eat, you gonna serve this enemy. Go ahead.
And slack it. And in thirst.
And in thirst, man. He the one that's giving you water, man. Ask Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan gotta ask somebody to give them water, man. California gotta ask somebody to give them water. You know who owns most of the water? The devils in California, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
And in nakedness.
And that's where you're gonna get your clothes from, man. But they used to teach us in school. The most important things is food, water, clothing, and shelter. You understand what I'm saying? You're gonna serve your enemy in need of all of that, man. You're gonna pay his rent. The rent gonna go up every year. You're gonna pay that. Or you're gonna have to get subsidized housing. You're gonna serve him, man. You're gonna need them food stamps. You're gonna need something, man. He gonna have to take care of you, man. You understand what I'm saying? And what you gonna have to do? Serve him. What is the Christian church doing? Serving your enemies, man. You serving them in your God and in your religion, man. Praying to an image that don't look like you and don't look the way the Bible says Jesus Christ look. We're gonna bring that out too. That's for another class. Go ahead.
And in want of all things.
Everything we want, we gotta go get it from the so-called white man. That's the enemy. The Bible tell you this is your enemy. They say there's gonna be a sign on you and upon your children. We've been here 400 plus years, and your children are still in the same condition, man. Your children still getting beat, still getting arrested, still getting put in police cars, still serving the so-called oppressor, man. Brett Favre stole millions of dollars from the food programs in Mississippi, man. You understand what I'm saying? He picked what you eat out and the quality of your food. He got you living in a damn food desert. It's no healthy food for miles around where you live at. That's our people, man. Serving our enemies, man. Go ahead.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Type in yoke of iron on Google on your phone. Now I want y'all to stop and do this. Whether you watching it live, or you watching it on the replay, go type it in and see who pop up. See if that person with a yoke of iron around their neck is not looking like you, man. We the real prophets of the Lord, and we bringing out the prophecies from the Bible, man. Go ahead.
Until he have destroyed thee.
Until he have destroyed you, man. To this day, we don't know we the children of Israel. We destroyed it for people, man. That being said, a priest and officer Austin Watt out of ISUPK started 1 West 125th Street under Commander Junior Hunter, man. My brothers are here. I'll bar you, man. Shout out to our bar you. You know what I'm saying? For holding it down out here in Augusta, man. And we here, Augusta. We're going to keep taking over the city. We're going to keep doing missions out here. We're going to keep waking our people up. And we're going to keep bringing people back to serve the Lord back. And with that being said, that's my time.
Right. That was good right there, man.